Ahoy mateys! I'm Stacy and this is the Pirates Pub from Pantasy. Perched on a seaside cliff and featuring a modular design, this multi-layered shipwreck is set number 85022 and contains a whopping 2,858 pieces. All pad printed pieces with the exception of a well-designed high-quality bottle label. The set has 4 very charming minifigures to round out your booty. We love sharing sets with you, and cooperating with brands like Pantasy make it a lot easier. So thank you to them for sending this set to us. Any offers or promotions they send our way will be in the description of this video. If you are not familiar with Pantasy or want to learn more, we have done a video all about them, and you can find it here. That link will also be in the description. Now please hit that thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider it, or I may force you to walk the plank. Now, batten down the hatches as I give you landlubbers the lowdown. As I said, there are quite a few pieces with this set, so it does come with 2 books. I love the picture on the front of these books. It looks like it's water and sky in the background. Show you that we do have, each bag shows the picture. There are 14 bags in here, and this is the end result. The instructions are great. Everything is very detailed. You can see the pictures really well. We have our stud numbers, which is fantastic, and you can really tell the difference between the different browns, the dark brown, the orange brown, the chocolate brown, which is very helpful because there's a lot of brown in this set. Really good instructions. We have our minifigs, how to put them together. And then at the back, we have some other Pantasy sets. Not a specific theme, but lots of their very popular sets. These are our 4 minifigs that come with the set. We'll start with our girl. She's got nice short hair. See the buckles on her straps on her dress, so well detailed, prints on the top and bottom, and she's got ruffles on her arms. Really, really nice. Then we have this guy with the bandana and the eye patch. He's got an open shirt with a vest, again prints on the arms. Our next guy has the pirate hat, and he's got a full uniform on, it looks like. Nice prints on the top, bottom, and his arms as well. Our last guy has some hair slicked back, and he's got that red outfit, and it looks like he actually has some tattoos on his arms. What a great detail. The back, the prints are just as good all the way through, and you can see our sitting bottoms also have prints on the back for pockets. Really great designs. I'm really impressed with the amount of printed detail on all of these minifigs. There is so much to look at with this set, so we'll take a look section by section, and we'll start with the very front of the set. Nice wharf, you can see, looks like it's on the water, and that is our entrance into the pub. So we've got our pad printed sign for the pirate bar, skull and crossbones, and we've got a triangular shaped hut at the top. The roof, really well done. It actually isn't attached here on the sides, but it's in by 2 posts, one in the front and one in the back. We've got a torch on the side, and we've got our boat in the water with a light on it. I do also want to mention this whole build here, you can see the one section is actually on a hinge piece to give it some movement. So I don't know if that's so that the whole set stays nice and stable and things have some flexibility, or if it's because it's actually on the water. Either way, it's kind of a nice addition. Over to the side of the bow of the ship. At the bottom, lots of rocks on the water, some trees. We've got 2 kegs of rum, and in behind there are some bottles, so we can get that rum bottled up. When we come up to the ship itself, we've got our bow. The detail on the bow itself is great. There's some chains along the side, and we've got an octopus on there. Very cool. I guess that would say pirate. And then we have a chair up here and a bar a counter for the outside bar. Got a fish on the wall, some bottles on the back, and we've got our wheel, and then above that, our big bottle of rum. And so that's just a decoration sign. That label is really well done. I loved building it. And really, you can see right through it. It's like a smoked glass, and then all of this rum coming out of the bottle. You can see how it spills over into the back, which is amazing. More details here. Got some flowers or plants, a doorway to go inside, and this is the bottom. So this is the bottom of the pub itself. You can see some gated windows there. The design is amazing. I just can't get over the details on this. The details over on this backside are really great. Lots of different browns and grays. This rock work was amazing up against that dock there. We've got at the bottom, we can open this up so we can look into the pub, and then we have some wanted signs on that wall. Wanted octopus, very pirate-like. On the next floor, we got a window that we can look into. There's a table there with some treats on the table, and in there is actually a kitchen. I'll show you that a little closer in a bit. And then this top part also opens, and this is where our pub owner lives. So we've got a bed and a chest and a chair. Nice chandelier up at the top. Candle. The bed is really nice how the light, it comes over and looks like it has lights on the end of the post there. So much detail and lots of studs on this set. You can see that too. On the top, we have rooftop dining, and we've got a nice spread of food and drink. We've also got another keg of rum and some torches and this flag. It's like a plastic piece on with some pins, attached to the mast by some Technic pieces here to give it really just some movement so it can move in the wind, which I think is great. And we've got our pirate flag at the very top. So well done. This whole piece is actually our stern and our midship. It's really neat how they came up with making the shipwreck, but on an angular piece like this. There's so much going on, but I love it. The final area for our exterior, another wharf. Look at those wood pieces. I just love how they do that to make it look aged. There's a cat on the wharf. There's a nautical wheel, and it is a skull cave. That was fantastic to build. And then in the front, we've got a cargo crane. So there's no Technic that actually works on this, but it is on a swivel so that you can move it back and forth. And it does go up and down, but these gears don't work. There's some bottles of a fish in there, really well designed. And there's a chain here on the side to attach it to the dock. I did say this is modular, so I removed the stern and the midship, and we can now take a look at all of the details inside. Right through to the back wall, there's details with the swords and shield, and another keg, of course. In the corner here, we've got a really nice little fireplace, and then there's tables and stools. Nice eating area. I like that they put candles on the tables. This entryway is also all candles all the way through it. That's really neat. Now you can take a look at underneath the hut, and those are the posts I was talking about that the roof is attached to. We've got a rat in there. And then this is where we could see these on the outside. Now we can see underneath. Not much there, but there's a little bit of detail. And the back of the bottle and how that's built on an angle, which is a really neat detail. This is our second floor kitchen that I mentioned previously. Got a big counter there with food on it, a table beside it with more food and bottles, and lots of utensils. And that vent. Really neat. Then we have the ladder to go down to the other floor. So this side looks familiar. We could see the table right through the window from the outside. To put this piece on, we just want to push down the ladder, and then we just line it up and lock it in. There we go. Just to give some perspective for this last piece, this is our pub owner's living area, and I wanted to take a closer look at that desk. You can see there's a map and some more nautical equipment. The details are really great. So we'll close this up because this side we actually couldn't see when it was on the set, and there's a lot of details on here. Love these shark's teeth, I think they are on the top to give it the detail. We've got some windows and bars and some different kind of architecture there. Another ladder that goes down. And we'll put this on and see how it goes. So for this piece, we want to line up the back of the door, back part of it. And the mast is basically going to line up with the bottle. There's a little piece that you have to get around here. And then that just locks right in. It's wonderful. We've added the minifigs to the set. We'll just take a quick look around with them. We've got her on the dock with the cat. We've got him over here on the wharf at the entrance. And we've got this guy over here on the rooftop bar. And one up there in the outdoor dining area. It's a tall table. I think they look really cute. Really brings this set to life to have the minifigs in there to add to it. Take a spin around one more time. See all the details, the windows, the boards. So much going on. Now for the build experience. Pantasy brought their A game as usual with the brick quality. The color match, clutch, and pad printed pieces were amazing. Even the label for the bottle feels fancy. This set is so big. The base is 32 by 32, but the actual set dimensions are 17.3 by 17.3 by 22.8 inches. So this is now, I believe, the tallest set, or one of the tallest sets I have. And on top of that, there are pieces that overhang the base. So you will want to find a good place to display this. And keep in mind that care is needed with moving. The great thing about this set is that you don't notice the size as much while you're building, as there's basically different modules to build at a time. The pub entrance, the bow, the bottle, the midship and stern, they're all individual builds that you add on to the set as you go. It is so cool. I honestly didn't feel like this build was hard, but there is a lot going on, so maybe too much for a beginner builder. There is not much for Technic functions, but there are Technic pieces used for the cargo crane and the mast, which were both fun to build. I personally could do without the loose pieces provided, but I know some do appreciate that for a play feature. And there are also pieces attached to the set that come off easily, like the bow, the point here, and the stern has the rudder. I've knocked them off a few times already. Once again, no missing pieces, a couple of brand new pieces like the octopus, a fish and a lobster, just to add to the scene. I can honestly say this set is not like any set I have built before. It is very creative. So it took us a minute to think of another set that a lot of people would be familiar with, so we could really show the scale of this. So we have the town hall. And it's amazing, especially the shape of this. It's so wide all the way around. Let us know what you think. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that thumbs up and subscribe on your way out. And until next time, keep clicking those bricks.